I woke up before dawn, the faint hum of Aralis filling the air. The shard's steady pulse against my chest was comforting, but it couldn't shake the unease I felt. The whispers had returned in the night, not loud, not overwhelming, but there, like shadows lurking just beyond the edge of the light. Lysara arrived as the first rays of sunlight streaked across the sky, her expression as calm and resolute as ever. "Today we delve deeper into the nature of the shadow," she said. "You've learned to wield the light, but to defeat the darkness you must understand it." "How do I do that?" I asked, my voice tinged with apprehension. She handed me a small dark stone, its surface smooth and cold. It seemed to absorb the light around it, casting a faint, unnatural shadow on the ground. "This is a fragment of corrupted ether," Lysara explained. "It is safe for now, but only because it has been contained. With it, you will glimpse the shadow's essence, its patterns, its motives, and its weaknesses." Kale joined us at the training chamber, where a circle of glowing runes had been etched into the floor. The weavers were there as well, their expressions solemn. "This will not be easy," Kale warned. "The shadow thrives on fear, doubt, and pain. When you confront it, it will show you your darkest thoughts, your deepest vulnerabilities. You must hold to the light within you, or it will consume you. No pressure." I stepped into the circle, clutching the shard in one hand and the dark stone in the other. The runes flared to life, and the room seemed to tilt, the air growing heavy with tension. "Focus on the shard," Lysara said. "Let its light guide you." I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, centering myself on the shard's steady pulse. Then I held up the dark stone. The world around me shifted, the chamber dissolved, replaced by an endless expanse of shadow. Tendrils of darkness writhed and twisted in the air, their movements chaotic and predatory. "You cannot escape us," the whispers hissed, louder now, more insistent. The shard's light flared, pushing back the nearest tendrils, but they recoiled only briefly before surging forward again. "You are weak," the voices taunted. "You will fail. And when you do, this world will fall." Images began to flicker in the darkness, scenes from my life back on Earth, faces of people I cared about, moments of failure and regret. Each one hit like a punch to the gut, and I felt my grip on the shard faltering. "Focus, Nico," I told myself. "This isn't real." But it felt real, too real. Then, amidst the chaos, I saw something else, a figure standing in the distance. It was cloaked in darkness, its form shifting and indistinct, but its eyes glowed like embers. "You," it said, its voice deep and resonant. "The bearer of light." The figure raised a hand, and the tendrils of shadow surged toward me. I raised the shard instinctively, its light blazing brighter than ever. The tendrils collided with the light, hissing and writhing, but they didn't retreat. "You cannot stop what is coming," the figure said. "The shadow is eternal. You are a flicker in the void, and you will burn out." The light from the shard faltered, and I felt a wave of despair crashing over me. The figure was right. What could I possibly do against something so vast, so ancient? But then I remembered Lysara's words. "The shadow thrives on fear, doubt, and pain." "No," I said aloud, my voice cutting through the darkness. "You're wrong." The shard's light surged again, stronger this time, and the tendrils recoiled. The figure hesitated, its form flickering. "You will fall," it snarled, before dissolving into the void. When I opened my eyes, I was back in the chamber, the dark stone crumbling to dust in my hand. My legs gave out, and I collapsed to the floor, gasping for air. "You did well," Lysara said, kneeling beside me. "You faced the shadow and emerged stronger." "It felt endless," I said, my voice shaky. "Like it could swallow everything." "It can," Kale said, his tone grave, "if left unchecked. But you have something the shadow cannot destroy: hope." The rest of the day passed in a blur. I was physically and emotionally drained, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd learned something important. The shadow wasn't just a force, it was intelligent, calculating, and deeply afraid of the light. As night fell over Aralis, I sat by the window of my chamber, staring out at the glowing expanse of the sky veil. The shard's pulse was steady against my chest, a reminder that I wasn't alone in this fight. The shadow was powerful, but it wasn't invincible, and as long as I carried the light, I would keep fighting.